Welcome to the 4 Mile Circus. 4 Mile Circus is a podcast by 4 Mile Circus, a full mile. It's a full mile. It's a full mile service thing. It's a full cycle media services company in Brooklyn, New York. My name is Sean Mannion. I'm alone and talking to my computer. Nicole? Are you there?
I think I'm here.
Nicole?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Well, yes.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
spell didn't work.
Damn it. I'll work on it. I must need more goat's blood or something like that. Speaking of more blood, we have a guest today. Did you know that, Nicole?
I had an inkling that
You had an
I had
inkling?
an inkling there might be a guest.
You had an
that,
inkling?
That we're looking
Do you know who we're
at.
talking to today?
Is it Santa?
I mean, no,
But
not really.
I think I just got confused because I believe it's Heidi Moore, who is also the bringer of many gifts, albeit more cinematic and bloody than Santa usually is. So that's why I got confused.
Oh, well, we grew up in different households. My Santa was pretty that's where that suit was red for. So yes, we have Heidi Moore back. She was with us from our visit to the first Axon Film Festival. Hey there, Heidi. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good.
So we're talking to Heidi about we talked to her last time about Dolly Deadly, like right after we saw it. Delightful horror movie on Amazon, right?
Yes, it's on Amazon right now. It's kind of it's getting ready to switch over to a new distribution company. So there's it won't be available for a while coming up soon.
Oh. So watch it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody,
Like right now.
get on Amazon, watch it, buy it if that's an option. It is very worth seeing. So get on it while you can.
Buy it twice. Buy it 3 times. Buy it for your entire family.
Buy it on VHS if it's still available from Magnetic Magic Rentals.
Oh yes, Elijah, Magnetic Magic, God, I can't talk today.
What's going on with you today, Sean?
I've become you.
Hey! Wow.
I'm Jumbly.
Wow. That's Nicole Jumbly Solomon. That's what you call me behind my back? Okay.
I called it to you to your face.
Okay. Okay, Sean.
So other than Dolly Deadly, you've got some other film projects going on right now. What's new with you, Heidi?
Well, I have a documentary about to come out called More Blood. It's about why society enjoys watching death and gore for entertainment. And so that should be released hopefully in April. And then I also have Dolly Deadly 2, which is called Kill, Dolly Kill, in production. It's being produced in association with Troma. And we're finishing up filming the second half in May.
Cool. So More Blood. You said coming out in April.
Yes.
Tell me more about why and when you started that project.
Well, actually, last Valentine's Day, I went to a screening of Necromantic, and everyone in the theater was laughing and really getting into the most disgusting parts of the movie. And I started thinking, why do we like this? Like, why are we all like having such a great time watching, I'm sure you've seen Necromantic.
I feel like I have. It's been a while.
I have never actually seen the whole thing, but I'm familiar with Necromantic.
There's a couple having a threesome with a corpse, and that part everyone was like so excited about, and that's like the time when I was like, you know what? I want to make a documentary and talk about why we all just watch this stuff and are like so into it.
Yeah, I feel like I did see that one, and it's such a like I got my hands on it like when I was trying to write for. I'm looking it up right now because it's like super low budget, right?
Yeah.
It's like shot on video. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this one. Yeah, I was watching it when I was coming up with stuff for Beneath the Black Moon. It's such a it was a lot, and so why and who did you talk to about why are we into this stuff?
Well, I mean, okay, so this movie is very like no budget at all. So
Mhm.
I worked with several friends from actually around the country and around the world through the internet, and we just so it was friends like filmmakers, horror fans. We talked with Lloyd Kaufman from Troma. We talked with April Burrell, who's Chainsaw Sally, and then we talked with some of my friends like Dan and Tom from HM&M Films. They're set out of Indiana. Um, Jasmine Martinez from Bitches of Horror. Uh,
Mm.
and the guys from 13th Floor. It's a horror blog. And several other people. And so we just all, it's just all like horror fans and filmmakers just talking about why they've liked it, uh, what purpose it's served for them, and I don't know, just joking around, having fun, that kind of thing in the movie.
Oh, cool.
That sounds
And
awesome. I think it's, sorry to interrupt you, Sean.
no,
I
go
just
for
think
it.
it's such an interesting topic for a documentary because I too like to think about that, especially because it's such a split amongst movie-going audiences of who likes that kind of stuff and who is like would never watch it, and what's more, doesn't understand why anybody else would unless they're a very terrible human being. And it's interesting to me because obviously I like gore. I think people have different specific gore tastes. You know, they'll like certain kinds of stuff more than others. Like maybe they really love the more 80s practical effects heavy, low budget stuff. Maybe they're more into the more recent stuff that happened post Saw that's a little bit more technically sophisticated, but perhaps less charming. Whatever. And we all have these feelings about it. And I think it's interesting to think about what that's about and also try to explain that sometimes to people who are just so put off by it and recoil in horror and would never want to watch a movie like that and think there's something like there's some kind of moral judgment in there, you know? Like it's not just that I don't personally like it, it's that it's bad and you're bad for liking it and it must mean that you deep down inside genuinely want to be a serial killer or whatever it is. And I don't think that's the case cuz I don't actually want to be a serial killer most of the
Don't you?
time. Well, not all of the time. And so I think it's an interesting way to look at what we like and why, and not just looking at the most surface level thing, of like, oh, I like to see heads explode, ergo I must want to make people's heads explode, because I don't think that's how that works.
Speak for yourself.
Fair.
I want to make all the heads explode. Well, maybe not all of them. Some of them. 3 or 4, 5, 53.
It'll
and a
never
half.
be enough. That's how it goes with the heads. You make one explode.
Yeah, it's an addiction.
Once you pop, you can't stop, as they say.
Oh, heads are like Pringles.
I've said that many times. So delicious.
I
Sorry.
So you've been working on the documentary for the last year. Is that right? So
Yeah.
just kind of getting, and have people been like sending you videos, or what? What was the process getting people from all around the world?
Well, no, people didn't send any videos. What I did was I interviewed people through video chat. And then
Okay.
so I was, on the computer, like I was there, and then they set up their camera and filmed themselves and sent me the footage.
Oh, that's such a good idea. That's such a great way to do it, especially when working with filmmakers.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah. So, if I remember right, you were putting out a call early on in the process for people? Did you get a whole lot of response?
No,
to that?
no, I didn't at all.
Really?
No, only 2 people sent videos, so I kind of scrapped the idea. I wanted to kind of do a little montage of it in the movie, but no one sent me anything.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's
I remember seeing it and thinking like, oh, I could maybe. Oh, I don't know if I'm because I like gore, but I'm not like a big gore person. Especially, it seems as I've gotten older, I don't seem to have the stomach for it that I used to. Not that I'm like against it or anything, but that like I'm like, okay, I can handle this much and then not much more. I end up hiding my eyes like I never used to before. But so that one's coming out in April, and then you're just working hard because you've got this your second feature, which your third feature, I guess this would be now, with Dolly Deadly 2, and you're shooting that shooting the last half of that in May.
Yeah, in May. May 10th through the 14th in Indiana.
Oh, and so where have you been? Have you been shooting most of it local to you, or have you been traveling a lot?
Yeah, we filmed the first half in Las Vegas in November.
Okay. And what's the story for Dolly Deadly 2? I mean, I'm a big fan of Dolly Deadly 1, and there's a lot of ways you could go.
Yes, Dolly Deadly 2 is actually a lot different. So a fan of the first movie watched it, and he wrote the sequel and asked if we could produce it, and I said, of course. That's awesome. It's a horror rock musical, and it's being partly produced by Troma, so we kind of had to go in that direction, like the Troma
Sure.
style. So Dolly, so at the end of Dolly Deadly 1, Dolly is now Benji is now Dolly Deadly. And so the sequel is about Dolly Deadly as an adult. She goes to a mental institution and has to deal with all of that kind of stuff. And I don't know how to explain this without giving everything away, but there's definitely a trailer park again, and now there's a nemesis named Slasherella.
ooh.
And again, it's a musical, which is so awesome because I love musicals. And when we filmed in Las Vegas, we had like dancers, and I got to work with so many of my friends who are performers. And there was a moment in the movie where there was like a dance circle. And it was just so amazing and so fun to just see like all of my friends like just dancing and having fun, and that's going to be in the movie. I don't know, it was really exciting.
That's amazing. And I think Dolly Deadly lends itself so well to the musical format because in, Dolly Deadly 1, the fantasy sequences are such an important part of the story. And that's so similar, I think, to how in successful musicals they function. It's like when the events of the story and the emotional events of the characters are so much that you kind of need to burst into song to convey them in a more full way. It's kind of similar to some of the like really creatively shot and gorgeous little fantasy sequences Benji has in the first one. I could see it serving a similar function. Like how many songs do you have in the film?
I believe there's 11 songs.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Tom Commissar, who wrote the script, is a musician, and he wrote all the songs. And I think, he's performing most of the music for most of the songs. We did have one of my friends, her name's Miss FD. She's a musician out of South Florida. She did one of the songs. It's called Tap Dance on Your Face. I won't give away too much about that because it's an exciting scene.
It's a great title.
Yeah, into it.
I'm looking forward to getting the soundtrack.
Yeah, good.
So you've gone from shooting a sort of a slasher that has the sort of ish. I'm not sure if Dolly Deadly is exactly a slasher, but it's kind of got some of that vibe to it with the fantasy scenes as Nicole was describing, and then a documentary, and now you're working on a musical. You're kind of hitting a lot of different sort of styles there. What have you been? Which one kind of is has been working best for you, or like what are you enjoying about each one? I guess each different kind of style that you've been working in.
I don't know. That's a tough one because my brain and imagination is always all over the place. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
make so many different styles because it's however I'm feeling at the time, I guess. I really love documentaries and I'm hoping to make more soon. I have ideas, but I need a
Oh, cool.
budget.
Can
Because
you
I
share
mean,
any of that with us, or no? No is a
oh,
fine answer.
no, I don't know. I don't know. There's just a big jumble right now, but I do really love making like I have made several short films about people I'm interested in. Just I'm interested in what they do. I made one about on Dolly Deadly. There's this guy on the TV. I don't know if you notice
Mm-hmm.
him, but his name's Gora-chan. They're always watching him on the TV, and he's an interesting guy. I'll just leave it at that. But we did like a little like 5-minute biopic documentary of him. Um, and I don't know. I just love doing small things like that. But I don't know if I could really talk about all the documentary ideas unless someone wants to like get a hold of me and like they have some money to give me and I'll tell them everything.
Yeah. Right. You don't want anybody stealing them off of you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
Seriously. And I don't know if our listeners are the most moneyed people in the land, but if any of you
I-
have a trust fund you've been hiding away or connections, hit Heidi up because she delivers good work.
Oh,
And
also, I actually was going to run this by you guys too at some point. I so another project I have in mind. I won't tell the whole details of it right now, but it's a show. I have a show in mind.
hmm.
mhm.
And I'm like getting different filmmakers with their own like distinct styles to film some things like in their style, so they can take what I'm telling them I'm needing and like put it into whatever they imagine it to be.
Oh, cool.
I can't really explain it on here without giving
Sure.
away the whole idea, but I'll tell you guys later. But I'm really looking to get different filmmakers involved, people with like different creative styles. So
Oh, cool.
That sounds
definitely
awesome.
hit me up if you're interested, and we can talk about it.
Nice. Yeah, those kind of collaborative, like sort of broad projects like that are always kind of fun to see come together. I've I assume that you're working on something original, but I've seen some stuff like that with there's some people who remade Footloose a few years back because they didn't like what they were seeing about the Footloose remake. So it was like filmmakers from all over the country, like comedy people, just each one got a scene to make. I think they did it with RoboCop too, but I didn't watch that
That's
one. But those are
awesome.
fun to see. But I don't think I've ever seen like an original one like that. Like that was just a bunch of people doing Footloose, but which got really super weird. But that's a great idea. So I am curious about with Dolly Deadly too. You mentioned that it's a co-production with Troma. I'm kind of curious, like how did that come about? Did they just see Dolly Deadly 1 and say we want to be part of this part of the magic, or how did it work out?
Well, so I have a friend named Dylan, and she works for Troma. And she actually set me up with an interview with Lloyd Kaufman for the documentary for More Blood. And then she also showed Lloyd Dolly Deadly. And so when I was interviewing him, he told me that he saw Dolly Deadly and he really liked it and loved my style. And then so I was like, oh shit, I better like tell him some ideas, see if maybe he wants to get involved.
Right.
So I was like, well, we are making Dolly Deadly 2. And he was like, send me the script, let me see it. And then from there, they were interested. And, you know, Lloyd and I talked about like script changes to make it more, like Troma style. And we worked on that. And then from there, we just like started working on it.
Cool. And are they very involved in the production or?
No.
No, they're just kind of like, you've got our name and you can, and that helps out.
Yeah, and they're really open and willing to help out. But Lloyd's really good about just kind of like, this is your movie, it's your vision. We just have these certain requirements you got to meet. Other than that, like, you go for it and do your thing.
What? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it's so cool because I grew up on Troma films. They were so formative for me. Like, specifically, I would watch USA Up All Night on the weekends and saw, Surf Nazis Must Die and Class of Nukem High and like all, Toxic Avenger, all that stuff. Like, so shaped kind of my whole filmmaking aesthetic that it's so exciting to see now, like, just that they're still releasing stuff and that they're still helping to distribute work by people like you who didn't like come into the Troma factory or anything, but instead were like doing your own thing, that they were like, oh, there's a kinship here. And like, it's super exciting for me. I guess that's not a question. It's just a comment about
Nicole, have you seen the new Nukem High movie, the very newest one?
No, I have seen that it exists, but I have not actually watched it
You
yet.
gotta see it. You have to see it because it just came through Las Vegas and I watched it and okay, so you're a Troma fan. So because also like Lloyd's a really awesome guy, but I was like, I made me cry because I was like, this is everything Troma, and I was just so proud of him. And there's like so many things I'm not going to give away, but you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that,
So it's Easter egg strewn, basically.
Yes.
Just like nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's good. It is the second one because there's two. It's in two parts,
Right. Yeah.
And so,
okay.
the one that I'm talking about is the second one that just came out that they're touring with.
It's Return to Nukem High Part 2, right?
Yeah, it's like Return to Nukem High.
Right, okay.
So Nicole, I think that you should definitely watch it.
I will add that to my list. Thank you for the recommendation.
Nice. Very cool. I didn't really grow up with Troma. I've watched like a bunch of their stuff and enjoyed, but and I have his book around here somewhere. Yeah. His all I needed to learn from. Oh God.
All I know, the filmmaking I learned from Toxic Avenger or something like that.
Yeah. That was one of my friends gave that to me before I moved away to make films.
It's really good. I have that one, but I have Make Your Own Damn Movie, and it's always been very informative. Where sometimes you work with people who aren't super familiar with low budget filmmaking, and they just want to question you like every step of the way. And it's like, listen, there's a certain way to do this.
Right. Yeah.
And so sometimes I will refer them to that book, to Make Your Own Damn Movie. It's like, shut up, read this book, and then we'll talk, because like you just don't get it.
Right. Yeah. People either come from like, oh, I know how to make a movie that has a budget, or they just have no idea what they're doing, and they need perspective.
Well, yes. There's also I think probably all of us fit into this category of people who like just know how to get shit done. And like come from maybe more of a DIY kind of background, that like you can learn a lot about filmmaking from doing things that are not making films. Like you can learn a lot about filmmaking from doing event organizing or being involved in music scenes and stuff like that, because it's so many of the same skill sets and so much of the same, just like, okay, what needs to be done? How are we going to do this as inexpensively as possible and without losing our minds? And how are we going to put out each of the fires that's going to pop up along the way? And if you can do that, then you're like halfway there to being able to make a film. And some people are grounded, I think, in that kind of like DIY problem solving mentality. And some people are grounded in a more kind of cult of expertise thing where it's like, well, I know a fancy thing and I went to a fancy school and I have these fancy credits. And so I know more even if I can't actually like get anything done, but they know the right way and they want to lecture others about it because it makes them feel important and smart. And
I don't know what you're talking about, Nicole. That hasn't happened every time I've had an NYU or Columbia kid on a set. It has not happened every single time. I have not wanted to throw them out of a window. Those are the people whose heads I want to explode.
yeah, fair. That's fair.
No, you don't understand. There's just one way to do it. You got to do it this way. And hey, man, if you're not doing it that way, I just, everybody should know that I don't think that you should do it that way. Go fuck
You're
yourself.
like, you're a PA. Go pick up the box of Joe. Like, that's what you're here for.
Oh my god.
You're not here to give me advice. Yeah, like, but yeah, I mean, I think that's part of why Sean and I get along because we, in working together, both come from like that kind of a like, let's get this done sensibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely appreciate it. I haven't read the book, Make Your Own Damn Movie, but I watched the documentary version and I really I really felt like I got a lot out of just kind of, I know that one gag they kept mentioning was that he keeps using the same shot of a car exploding or something like that.
Right.
Like they got one shot in the 70s of like crashing this old car. And so then now they just have to find that car to put in scenes in the movie so they can show it crashing again. So they just reuse that footage again and again, which is smart. It's great. It's like there's production value right there.
Yep.
We need to do that, Nicole. We need to blow up a
And
car.
you guys,
And I guess we should
that scene may or may not be in Dolly Deadly too. So.
Well, I was already going to see the movie, and now I will be the third person in line because I'll be a little bit late. But yeah, it's exciting to hear that you're almost done shooting it, because I remember when we met you at Axe Wound, you were talking about those early stages of it still, and that you had what was his name again? Tom Commissar, is that right? Had pitched you on the idea and that you were excited about it, and when you said it was a musical, I was just like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because musicals are amazing.
They
We
are.
like musicals. Sean and I may have a script in a drawer that we hope to produce someday that is also a horror rock musical. But
Ooh, yes, that's exciting.
A Christmas horror rock
that's true.
musical.
How could I forget?
It's
You guys,
also-
can I work on it? I want to.
If
Yeah.
it
I love-
happens,
yeah.
please. Oh my God.
We need to finish the script and also find somebody to write songs.
Oh, well, Tom
'Cause right now
writes
the song-
awesome songs, so.
Because yeah, I think right now all the songs are just like I put in like a little thing, some awesome song here,
Yeah.
and then I just describe like the staging for the whole musical part. Because that part, I'm like, no, I got that in my head.
Well, now
can
you
talk
guys
about that.
now you guys know of a fantastic songwriter and a horror writer, also horror rock musical writer. I guess. Yeah. And speaking of Christmas things, so I'll be making a short film in April for a Christmas horror anthology.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great.
So that's in pre-production right now. Actually, right after this, I'm going to go shopping for some wardrobe and set decorations.
That's amazing. Can you give us, without giving anything stealable away, can you give us a little taste of anything we can look for in that?
Yeah, sure. I think that so it's all Las Vegas filmmakers, and yeah, it's just going to be a compilation of short films tied together. Yeah, Las Vegas filmmakers, all with very different styles. So I'm really excited to see how this is how it comes out.
That's super
Very
fun.
cool. Yeah, especially like just the whole like holiday movie themed thing is a very cool idea. So do you guys want to play a game?
Yeah.
Always.
You want to play a game? So since you're making or you're about to release More Blood, and blood is traditionally one of the humors in that whole Greek humorism idea of health. Let's play good humor trivia, good humor ice cream trivia.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's kind of a jump. It's a little bit of a jump. So, so question one, and we'll send you some stickers if you win, Heidi.
Okay.
Normally, when people are here, we just give them stickers.
But only
so
if you win. No stickers for you otherwise.
We could send her stickers.
I'm
anyway.
really bad at trivia, so I don't have my hopes up.
Yeah, this isn't
That's
normal
okay.
trivia, though. This isn't.
It's kind of unfair.
Kind of?
So where was? Well, depends. Sometimes it's fair. I feel like Planets trivia last time was kind of fair. But question one: where was the first fleet of Good Humor ice cream trucks launched in 1920? Was it A, Topeka, Kansas, B, Bakersfield, California, C, Tatooine, or D, Youngstown, Ohio?
Well, I like Topeka, Kansas because it was always talked about on like Nickelodeon game shows. So I'm gonna choose Topeka, Kansas.
That's a good reasoning.
What was the other of the two first options?
Bakersfield, California.
I'll do that just for fun, to spread it around.
And the correct answer was Youngstown, Ohio.
Oh my goodness! For some reason, I really was like, it's not that one. I was like,
Yeah, I know. I was really surprised by that. I'm like, Ohio doesn't seem like the center of like an ice cream like innovation. So
I mean, Ohio kind of does as much as Kansas or California. It's just for some reason the name. I'm like, that's from some movie. That's a funny joke that I'm missing. But no.
No. The only joke in that one was the Tatooine one. I'm ramping it up. I'm ramping it up slowly. So question two: why did good humor? I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's the fucking lift today, is what it was. I'll complain about this to you later.
Can't wait.
Oh my god. Why did Good Humor sue the Popsicle Corporation? And there was a Popsicle Corporation, which was fun to learn, in 1926. Was it A, for violating Good Humor's patent on the manufacturing process for frozen novelties on a stick? Was it B, violating Good Humor's patent on frozen novelties? C, for a smear campaign suggesting Good Humor caused children to have bad tempers? Or was it D, because fuck popsicles?
Oh.
I'm gonna guess it's the patent on the frozen treats on a stick thing.
I like the C one. What's that with the bad tempers?
The smear campaign for
Yeah,
causing
Good
children to
Humor,
have
bad tempers. I don't
It's
know.
the most entertaining one.
Yeah.
It was. I was rather proud of making that one up because the correct answer is number A. Good Humor had a patent on putting a frozen novelty on a stick.
It just sounded too obvious. I couldn't pick that one.
Sean breaks the rules of trivia cliches in his game. Sometimes the things that would serve you right in any reasonable game just lead you far astray.
I'm tricksy. I'm a tricksy hobbit. They apparently made up the whole like put a stick in your ice cream thing.
God bless.
So number 3, last question. What 3 separate flavors that Good Humor experimented with didn't seem to find a market? Are they A, fig, bacon, and lavender? B, fig, prune, and tomato? C, chipotle, tequila, and guacamole? Or D, blood, sweat, and tears?
These are 3 different flavors?
3 separate flavors that they experimented with.
I say the one with tomato.
Fig, prune, and tomato?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's guacamole.
Fig, bacon, and lavender?
I think Nicole might be right, but I'll have to say a different one. The
You can pick the same one if you
the
want.
first one, the one with bacon and lavender.
Fig, bacon, and lavender.
Yeah.
And actually, yes, the correct answer is fig, prune, and tomato. Apparently, they experimented with a
Nicole.
tomato sherbet,
Good for me.
which is just like why I don't know why they thought
that
of
sounds
that. That just
disgusting.
seems weird.
It's disgusting.
That's, yeah. If you're like hungry, it's just hot outside, but you just want tomato soup or something. So you have a tomato popsicle. I don't know.
Maybe it's delicious. We don't know. Could be.
It was a tomato like sherbet, so like an ice cream type thing. So it was like it's just I don't understand
Because it's a fruit?
But it does.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're like, well, it's technically a fruit, so it's gotta. But it's just like I don't know. It would just be like eating a big ball of like ketchup, right?
Oh.
Like just a big frozen ball of ketchup.
well, I guess we'll never
I
know.
think.
Did you see that video that's been going around, like with that ketchup ice cream that people were dipping their French fries in?
No.
It's like
No.
ketchup and mayonnaise. They show you how to make it, and everyone's like, "Oh hell no, that's disgusting." Then I watched it, and at first I was like, "Ew, no," but then I was like, "Actually, maybe I don't know. People dip French fries in milkshakes, so I don't know."
It's true. It's true.
People think I'm weird for using mustard, so I don't know.
I do that.
Like mustard.
I dip French fries in mustard.
I
I've
like
had people
mustard.
just be like, "It's weird." Yeah,
It's tasty. But
especially since I moved here and I had like the spicy the brown mustards and the spicy mustards. That was not a thing back home. That was like the fancy thing, and here it's like the standard thing. And I'm like, wait, no, this mustard's great. This is so much better than the yellow mustard.
I think we all learned
so-
something today.
We all learned something today about, I don't know, good humor bars. And mustards, I don't know. And weird tomato things. It's been a special day. So that's our episode.
Oh my goodness, it was, huh?
It was an episode. So we're 4 Mile Circus. You can find us at 4milecircus.com. Twitter 4 Mile Circus, Instagram 4 Mile Circus, Facebook's 4 Mile Circus. Am I missing anything, Nicole? Apparently I'm bad at announcing today.
You're
so
fine. No, you're good.
I'm fine. I'm good. We've got everything. Where can people find you, Heidi?
Well, I have Wretched Productions on Facebook, and there's a Wretched Productions website, which I haven't updated in so long because I don't remember how to. There's and then there's the Dolly Deadly Instagram, which is Dolly Deadly Movie, and then the More Blood Instagram, which is More Blood Movie. More Blood and Dolly Deadly and Dolly Kill are all on Facebook. I think those are the ones that are mainly updated is Facebook, because I get it. Like I get how to use that. So, and then
Well,
you can find me. I'm just Heidi Moore on Facebook.
And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
If you like what you heard, please subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or your platform of choice. Please visit us at 4milecircus.com to learn about our other projects and services, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at 4 Mile Circus.